Okay, it is Sunday today, so yesterday we had a blast vending at the show, and we're going to be vending today too, but today's video, which is part 2 of the St. Louis NARBC of 2022, we're going to focus more today on the vendors and the animals that are here. So, let's go to St. Louis! Okay, we have like an hour for the VIP time until it opens to the public, and so we ditched our tables. We're not even gonna set them up for VIP time. Instead, we're gonna try to film during this time, I think. We're trying to find a good way to balance it. So we're filming slash, buying stuff for our shop, because we also have to buy things for the store, both products and animals from great breeders, and then we'll go and we'll set up our tables. So I don't know how we're gonna balance this, but it'll work out. It'll be fine. This is Mark with Midwest Dragons, who is an amazing breeder of bearded dragons that we've actually known for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
You live right up in our neck of the woods in Minnesota. Currently, you're soon gonna move down to Florida.
Yeah.
But he has great dragons, and can you explain what morphs you specialize in?
Yeah, so we work with bred dragons. That's the main thing, and they're selectively bred. We've been breeding them for about 13 years now, and basically it's just taking the two best looking red dragons I can find, smashing them together and creating more, even better red dragons. So we've been doing that for 13 years. Also, we work with hypomelanistic, translucent, leatherback, dunner combinations, and I'll go through that real quick with you. So we've got hypo. That'll give you 20 clear nails. It also brightens the color of the dragon. You'll get translucent, which gives you a very black, solid black eye. That's a very high quality translucent. You will get some partial trans, which is only part of the eye will be black, but
really?
Anyways, yeah.
I didn't know you could have a partial trans.
Yep, you can.
I thought it was
You certainly
all or
can.
none. Huh,
yep,
that's cool.
There's different varying expressions of all these different morphs. Leatherback, you know, you're going to get a very smooth scale. It's going to feel really smooth. It's not going to be as bumpy, but also it still has scales. If you bring two leatherbacks together, you'll get silkies, which don't have scales at all.
So that's a codominant slash incomplete dominant gene,
right.
Which is similar to the condomorph in hognose snakes. It works the same way,
Right.
the leatherback gene.
Yes, exactly.
That's cool.
And so is dunner. So dunner, what that is it takes your pattern and it just explodes it. You've got spots just scattered all over the dragon. You've got potential for lines, very clear, definite lines, especially in the tail. Normally a dragon the scales are running up and down. With a dunner, it's actually running from like the middle of the dragon's belly out. So it's kind of like moving left to right instead of up and down, which is completely different. I call it a reverse pattern mutation.
Which makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you can mix and match all those too. So what would a dragon look like if it was hypodunner, leatherback? What was the last one I'm missing?
Trans.
Dunner. Hypotrans, leatherback dunner, yep.
That.
So you're going to have a dragon that has 20 clear nails, has solid black eyes, is going to have a very smooth scale, and then of course is going to have that reverse pattern.
And I love that you have one here to show what all those morphs look like combined. This is a beautiful animal right here. I think it's just perfect that you brought one with you. So if people want to learn more about your dragons, where can they go?
You can go to www.midwestdragons.com. We're big on Facebook, so Midwest Dragons on Facebook, Instagram. We do have a YouTube. Like I said, we suck at it, but trying to get better, guys. And then just hit us up on Facebook and Instagram. That's probably the best.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being part of our video here.
Of course. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, no problem.
We're over here at Bob's Balls booth, and this is the Bob.
Hey
the Bob with Bob's Balls. And we've seen you at a bunch of shows before, but we've never done like an interview before, so I'm excited that this worked out. So obviously you breed ball pythons.
Yes.
Are there any certain morphs you specialize in, or kind of all of them?
I work with a lot of mutations. We focus a lot around clowns and desert ghosts. It just seems like the most popular and most sought after genes, and it makes an incredible looking animal, so that's why I kind of focus around that project.
And what do you have here for us to see?
So today I'm going to feature this animal. This is a leopard, desert ghost, krypton, which means half cryptic and half clown. You see how crisp the pattern shows up. The Desert Ghost highlights a lot of the yellows and oranges, and it turns the black more crisp. That way you can see the patterns without the dirtiness in between, and it just really makes the animals pop.
And that's the Desert Ghost
Yep,
mutation that does
that's
that?
the Desert Ghost mutation. The reason it's the blacks are so thick and bold is from the leopard. The leopard gene seems to thickens the pattern and causes more gold into the gene, like a leopard combo. So this animal is a krypton, which is half clown and half cryptic. The two genes interact allelically. I guess allelically is the word.
Yep.
They are allelic, so that this animal is basically half or 100% het clown and 100% het cryptic, meaning each baby that he produces will be clown or cryptic, but not both.
Are both of those genes on the same allele then?
Right.
Wow, I'm just learning about more and more morphs. Like every time we go to these shows, and I'd never heard of that one before. Is there a certain morph that you love the most personally?
Personally, I love orange dreams the most because when I first started, this is when I first started getting into ball pythons more serious. It was 2011, 2012, and the orange dream had just been published. And by 2013 and 14, I was starting to get into this like full stream investing. And then I bought my first orange dream in 2014. That was my first big investment animal, and I've been focusing my whole all of my projects, everything around orange dream. And so that's been my favorite mutation to work around. With there being a super, it makes it a lot easier to stack genes and see the full potential of it.
Well, you have so many morphs here. There's just an incredible variety of morphs here to see. So if people want to learn more about your ball pythons, where can they go?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Morph Market. I'm very easy to find on Morph Market, just Boss Balls. On Instagram, Boss Balls. I have a YouTube channel, but I'm super slow with doing videos, so maybe not the best way to contact me. But yes, Instagram and Morph Market's been very easy for people to find me.
Awesome. Well, it's been great seeing your animals up close and great chatting with you. So thanks so much. I hope you have a good show.
All right, thank you guys.
This is Seth with Huff's Herps, who specializes in some amazing geckos that we've actually worked with in the past too. So can you explain what you breed to us?
Mostly we work with African fat-tailed geckos, a little bit of leopard geckos and gargoyle geckos as well, but African fat-tails is definitely our specialty.
And we love fat-tailed geckos. We've bred them in the past, just like MLs, nothing fancy or anything.
Right.
What morphs do you specialize in?
Actually, we have everything fat-tailed.
Do you really?
We have everything.
Oh my gosh.
We have devoted our collection to trying to achieve all the genetics there are, and our goal is to isolate and outcross each genetic and have the collection that has all the genetics available.
That's fantastic. And you were telling me something pretty interesting with the tails of your babies.
Yes, so I purposely don't shy away from touching their tails and handling their tails as we start to handle them as babies. And my reason for that is because too many people avoid their tails, and then it doesn't do the gecko any good to not feel that sensation. So my theory is I try to desensitize them a little bit. That way they're less likely to throw a tail whenever they go to a new home that might have a kid that isn't as gecko, savvy.
Right. And then you also mentioned something about gut loading.
Yes, gut loading I feel like is one of the most under-discussed and undereducated topics out there, and it's something that anytime somebody comes to my table and they say they have a gecko, the first thing I ask them is, what do you feed your gecko? And then that's just an opener. Then I ask, what do you feed your bugs? And usually 90% of the time, they just look at me with a blank stare, which is just because not enough people are teaching about it. So I always take that time anytime somebody comes up to my table and educate them about feeding carrots, sweet potatoes, spaghetti squash, dark leafy greens, stuff like that. That's my go-tos.
Feeding the feeders to
Exactly,
then gut load them to feed to the lizards.
Exactly,
Awesome.
Feeding the feeders so that the feeders are as healthy as possible when you feed them to the geckos.
And one more question for you. I've heard and I've also experienced that fat-tailed geckos can be picky eaters. They only like one type of insect.
That's another great point, Emily. I also take the time to start my geckos on dubia roaches whenever they're first born, and then I introduce mealworms to them. About 60 to 70% of them I can get on both dubia and mealworms.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I find that is also a big advantage for whoever gets the gecko at the end of the day, because that gecko is usually more versatile on what what feeders they'll accept, because I've never met a fat tail that won't eat a cricket.
Right,
So,
that's what ours only eat is crickets.
well,
Yeah, I had
if
one
you
that
start-
ate anything, but yeah.
If you start them on crickets, that's usually, they just get hooked on those crickets.
Makes
So
sense then.
I start them on the dubia, and then if you want to feed them crickets once you get them, that's up to you. But with that said, some fat tails, even if they're started on dubia and worms, once they get older, especially sometimes females when they go into ovulation, they still want that faster moving prey. So you still got to be open-minded to feeding crickets if you're going to have fat tails.
So would you say if you started with a fat tail that ate dubias and mealworms and you introduced crickets, would it potentially get hooked on crickets and not go back to dubias?
Yes, in general, I don't offer them crickets until they stop wanting the other food.
Okay,
feeders.
interesting. Okay, well now I learned something new too. That's awesome. Thank you so much. If people want to learn more about you and your geckos, where can they go?
Well, we have a Morph Market page that all our availability is posted on, and then we stay up to date on our Facebook and Instagram. It's Huffs Herps on either platform.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks
Hope
for-
you have a
thanks
good
for
show.
hanging out.
Yeah. We have filmed everything we need for the video, and now we have to quick set up our tables for day 2, and we have an amazing crowd already around our tables. I'm sorry guys, we have to figure out something different. We need to bring help, I don't know. But we're gonna set up our tables now, and then meet all of our awesome fans. Okay, it is 2:15. The show closes at 4, so we abandoned our tables, and thankfully our friends at Tiger Studio are going to be handling any sales that happen now that we're gone.
Kind of dying down over there. So
It
we're
has.
good.
I think it's slow enough for fun. What we should be doing is buying a bunch of products and animals for our store, but we have something very important to do
Yeah.
first.
You can put it next to Adeline's sticker there.
Oh, nice. Okay, we're gonna. Do you think we have to ask to add our sticker to this? That's
if
fine.
you do it, they can just take it off later.
There we go.
Awesome. The best sticker on the board.
Yeah. Okay, now we have to buy a bunch of stuff for our
I
store.
have to go buy stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Vincent.
Vincent brought us sushi from his work, and I don't have words. There's soup in here, there's a salad. Oh my gosh. So something people might not know about us is we really love, oh my gosh,
That one
Vincent.
looks really good.
Wow. Yeah, we really love sushi. It's
Sushi's
one of
good.
our guilty pleasures. Well, not guilty, but this, you should try one. Try the first bite.
All right.
We were not expecting this.
I was. He asked me. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
sure.
Aw. Ed loves wasabi. It's good sushi. Oh my gosh, so we're gonna pig out on sushi here. We should be buying things for our store right now, but I think this now takes priority. Vincent, this sushi is incredible.
I like how you just dropped half of it.
You weren't supposed to say anything. They didn't see me drop half of it.
Sure they didn't.
This is amazing, thank you. Show's closed, we're packing up, and Ed is pretty excited about his new hat.
Found a hat, and it has handy holdies things.
It does have handy holding
Yay!
things. That was given to you by a very nice
Except I
fan.
only have like 3 fingers.
Look at that, just 3 fingers. Well, Ed has a new favorite hat. Don't do that! All right, we are back in our hotel room after day 2 at the St. Louis NARBC.
Ugh, I'm so tired.
Well, we like sat for like an hour.
I'm still tired.
Now I have a little bit more energy again, but overall,
Somehow Emily has energy.
a little bit. It's
have
starting to
none.
charge again, but it's going to take a long time because we met so many fans and it was so much fun. There was a huge turnout, like a lot more than we were expecting.
Except for that one fan.
That one fan.
Yeah, they know who they are.
Yeah, you know who you're kidding. We loved seeing everybody. And we had a great vending experience, but you probably already know about that from the previous video. So we figured we would now show you all of the animals we picked up from the show, because there was a lot of cool stuff there. Not just like all ball pythons, like a lot of shows are. There was weird stuff at this show. We didn't get a lot of weird stuff, but there was like burrowing pythons.
We got some stuff for the zoo, and we got some stuff for the
did.
store. We didn't get anything for our personal collection, unless you consider the zoo our personal collection.
That's true. But we're gonna go through what we got for you. First, I want to share with you some art that was given to us. A lot of the art is actually packed in the van, so we weren't able to reach it for this segment of the video. But here's a little bit of the art that was given to us. Super cool. We got so many pictures and paintings and other canvases and letters and
chocolate.
Chocolate. We're going home with a box this big.
Oh, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, it might be like that big of chocolate. So we have snacks for the ride home because it's not going to last the whole ride home. We have 8 hours in the car.
I mean, you already munched on half of it, so.
Pretty much. So thank you everybody who gave us coffee and sushi and
a coffee maker.
Lunch. A coffee maker. Oh my gosh, that's right.
We'll do that at the facility, though.
Okay, we'll show you that later, but yeah, that's coming too. So the animals that we picked up, we got some for a retail store, including some inverts. Actually, a lot of inverts. We got some of the Asian giant centipedes. So these are actually the same species, or close to the same species that we have in our zoo.
They're really pretty.
They're very pretty. You don't want to handle them.
They're so dangerous, though.
Yeah, so they're very spicy, very hands-off. We also got some tarantulas, and actually we got some good-sized tarantulas this time, too. We got some, if I remember correctly, the common name is striped leg tarantulas, and we also got some, let's see if I can open this guy. Don't you kick hairs at me.
Oh.
You're gonna, oh, stop it. Okay, I'll be really quick. Got some Mexican red knees, like this.
Look how cute he is.
Yeah, this is a cutie. We also got some Brazilian blacks and green bottle blues. And since it seems like people really like scorpions at our facility, we picked up some Asian forest scorpions.
We picked up a lot of Asian forest scorpions.
Yeah, we got like 10 of these. We also picked up...
Look how cute he is.
Aww,
Look at that face.
Looks like he wants to give you a handshake.
Yeah, I'll reach on in.
Yeah, nope, I'm not gonna let you, sorry. And for other scorpions, we got some Arizona bark scorpions.
Yeah.
And these are communal, which is pretty cool. So you can have a bunch together, not in this size of enclosure, of course. This is just travel.
Quite a few for...
Yeah, but we're gonna add several to our zoo exhibit since there's only one in there currently. So she's gonna have a bunch of friends, and then some of these, maybe some of our customers will be interested in as well. And for other inverts, I mean, there's a
this one I'm excited about.
I'm excited for these too. There's a whole box, by the way, if you look in here, a box full of the GBBs. We've got the centipedes over here. We've got the, there's
forest scorpions.
Scorpions, there's pink toes. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there, but it'll take forever to go through each of those
We do have to dig down there though, because there's other things in that box.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we will get something else in there. For inverts, we got blue death feigning beetles.
Look at them.
Yeah, so we have a dozen. The original dozen we still have in our zoo. They're doing great. So these are actually all for our store. So if you're looking for some nice blue death feigning beetles, here you go.
They currently have ravioli to eat because that's what Emily had to eat, and I stole some.
I grabbed a piece of the ravioli and put it in there because we had nothing else, and it's too late for like anything to be open.
They don't care. Look at that one. He's munching down.
Turns out they freaking love the toasted ravioli.
I don't know if it's good for them, but I don't think they care.
One-time thing, guys. You're getting vegetables tomorrow, but we needed to give them something because we figured they had gone all weekend without any food, and they all swarmed the ravioli.
They like stole it, and then you saw like two like pulling apart, like tug-of-warring it, and it was like, oh, you poor little guys.
Don't feed blue death feigning beetles ravioli regularly.
I don't know.
They eat everything.
Yeah, they're omnivores.
Next, we got some frogs for our retail store. We got some chubby frogs, which are just adorable.
Big boy versus little boy.
Yeah, and we got some Cuban tree frogs, which were actually wild caught from Florida, and they are an invasive species in Florida.
Yeah, they get massive, and they eat everything.
It's like a win-win. They were taken from the wild where they're invasive, and we can have them available as pets instead of them getting like euthanized or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they can't survive up here because they die.
Exactly,
Well, I guess not. Well, up here, yeah.
I think they'd probably not make our winters up here, so yeah, it's just fine to have them. We also picked up some Asian greenback tree frogs. They are super cute.
Yeah, they are. Look at him.
Yeah.
One of these frogs has been croaking at us, too.
Yeah, we don't know which one, but something from this box has been croaking in this hotel room.
This box makes random croaks.
It does. So there's a male in there somewhere.
It's probably that one.
You think?
Right there.
Probably. He looks like a boy that wants attention. We also picked up just a few ball pythons from this show. This was actually something we arranged before we even went. A fan of ours bred ball pythons, couldn't keep the babies, so we got a clutch of 5 that are a combination of calico and calico blackhead. So we have one in here that's a beautiful blackhead.
Yeah.
Just nice dark coloration everywhere. So
they actually reached out to us at Tinley when we were at Tinley.
Yeah, we met him there, and then we picked up in St. Louis, so it worked out great.
Yes.
All right, now the animals that we got for our zoo. We didn't get anything for our personal collections, so this is actually the second and last group of animals that we got.
There were no bulls or hogs.
No hognoses at this show because you needed a special permit to do it.
Yep.
So we did pick up some Mossy, I guess that's sealed.
Jeez, I can't open it.
I guess I can't open it. We picked up some Mossy tree frogs because we have a pretty bare exhibit with just one in there currently, so we wanted to add some Mossy tree frogs to that exhibit in the zoo.
Yeah, they're cute.
They're very cute. I was excited to find some of these.
Yeah.
And then we also picked up a beautiful caramel fat-tailed
Look, it's an
gecko.
invisible morph.
Oh yeah, you can't even see it. This is from Huff's Herps, the guy we interviewed, Seth, we interviewed earlier in this video. We ended up buying one of his fat-tailed geckos.
Yeah, we saw her and we're like, oh, we need one for programs.
We do need another for programs.
And
if you
she is gorgeous.
Yeah, and the caramel morph is, I guess, sterile with females. Both sexes? I don't know. We're still learning every day. That's the glorious part about reptiles. You're always learning.
I think everybody's learning.
Yeah, exactly. And if he desensitizes his from tail touches, then that is perfect for a program animal.
Aw, look at her.
You're so cute. You're so pudgy, too.
Yeah.
Aw, Buck.
She's like, I am so tired of you two already.
I'm sorry. Welcome to Snake Discovery.
Just wait till you have to deal with a group of kindergartners.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh, we should have. She's like, take me back.
Bring me back to the breeders. So yeah, we bought her, and we also got for our zoo another type of gecko. This is a gecko that's a new species for the zoo. We bought a trio of tokay geckos.
Aw, look how cute she is.
Yeah, so we got a trio, a male and two females, because we decided to replace our fish scale gecko habitat because you never saw the fish scale gecko. So we're like, well, tokays you might actually see a little bit more. And so we found this trio. This trio is wild caught, but also from Florida, just like the Cuban tree frogs. So we're hitting two birds with one stone. We're moving an invasive species and adding a species to our zoo.
That people can learn about, and maybe we'll get some captive bred babies out of them.
Yeah, we got a trio so that we can hopefully... You can't see this one.
Yeah, she's the invisible morph too.
Yep, invisible morph. Here's the male.
There's the male.
He's really pretty.
Yeah, I want to see him fired up.
Yeah,
I did not know this, but according to Ryan with VivTech, he was saying these guys fire up and down too. So
that is really cool. I can't wait to see them fired up.
I can't wait to hear him call at us.
So they're also called the
tokay gecko. They go tokay, tokay.
Yeah, they say that because tokay.
There's a swear word that they say.
There's a swear word that they kind of call that people thought they were saying. You.
Yeah.
You. Replace the first syllable with a very, very bad swear word. And so they were nicknamed the you gecko because of that. So I can't wait until he starts calling so I get to hear it.
Yeah, I can't wait for it in the middle of the zoo to hear that. And then it's Haley saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just going to to be the tokay gecko.
It was the gecko.
Blame it on the gecko. Sure. Poor Haley. We pick on them more than any
pick
other
on Haley a lot.
employee. We love you, Haley. You just take pickings on very well.
Yeah. Let's put it's Abby. Abby would say it.
Oh yeah, Abby would say it. Exactly. Okay, we'll start balancing it out with our employees. Okay. And the last species, or last animals we got from this show is also for our zoo. And this is to replace our ball python exhibit because our battery died.
And we have no idea where the batteries are in our car.
Packed up in the car.
So now you get the wobbliness of the phone.
I guess we're gonna do the rest of this clip with a phone. We should have prepared better. Anyway, the last species we bought from this show is something I have wanted for a very long time. I've always found them fascinating, just never had a good setup. But the ball python exhibit, like I was explaining before our camera battery died, our ball python, we love him, but he keeps pulling down the cord of his LED light and disconnecting it. And he's done it 3 times now, and Ed has done soldering.
He gets up there and he flexes.
Yeah,
and he pops
pushes it. He pops it apart. So we're like, fine, you don't get to live in the zoo anymore.
Nope.
We're gonna replace you with a whole different species altogether.
You get to do programs with kindergartners.
Yep, he gets to do programs now. He's getting demoted. So instead, we're replacing him and changing the species to a mangrove snake exhibit. We bought a male and female pair. The male is actually the big one.
And the
here.
male's a chunk.
Yeah, the female's just young.
Yeah.
They are admittedly a wild-caught pair, which we're not a huge fan of, but we were looking for something like mangrove snakes to replace the ball python exhibit because we would like to have a pair so that we can breed them in the zoo too, since everything seems to breed in our zoo. So once this female gets old enough for it, they can both live great, like, luxurious lives in this huge ball python habitat.
Yeah, and then we can get eggs.
5 by 3 by 4 feet?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. We can get eggs, we can have captive bred babies, and we're very excited. They are mildly venomous though, so this is one we're gonna have to, like, more so than a hognose and a false water cobra. So this is one we're gonna have to be careful with and have special training for, obviously, with our staff, but they're stunning animals.
Yeah, pop the lid off that female. Because they are very docile because they're cold.
Yeah,
so.
they're a little chilly, so they're slow moving right now, so it's
Look
fine.
at that.
Gorgeous.
They have like a sheen to them, like the retics.
And they look thin, but they're actually just a slender-bodied snake, kind of like green tree pythons. We got them from a really respected vendor who did import them and has had them in captivity for a while. He's been feeding them frozen thawed chicks, so we're gonna keep feeding them those because they eat a lot of birds in the wild. A lot of people feed these rodents, but they get really fat.
Yeah, they start getting like sausages, and then
they're not supposed to be sausage shaped. So this is a slender snake. So we're so excited to have a pair of mangrove snakes for our zoo. Yeah.
We do need names for them though.
We do need names.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay, name suggestions in the comments below. You guys are way more creative than we are.
Yep.
We always take your suggestions because they're much better than our own ideas. So let us know what we should name these mangrove snakes in the comments below. And that actually completes all the animals that we bought at the St. Louis NARBC.
Yeah.
So now we're actually going to make the trip back to our shop, and we're going to show you a couple of the products we got, including a brand new brand altogether of a product that we're
It's been in our shop, but we haven't had it for sale.
Yeah, we've just been using one of these cages.
Yeah.
But now we're actually going to sell them. So
Which is going to be awesome.
Head back and show you that. Ed wants to open the Tokay deli.
You can open it. Look, he's there.
Oh yeah, he's
But
there.
I want to touch him.
Don't do it.
I want to touch him.
This is a Tokay gecko.
Oh, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, for now.
He's a little stressed because he's breathing heavier than he was, but oh, he's okay, little dude. Oh, okay.
Okay. Tokays are known for not being friendly, if you didn't already get that
There
from
was,
our responses there.
There's like 3 of them we picked up when we were looking through them, and instantly like,
yeah.
ooh, not them. Hooray,
So,
it's the next day.
It's the next day. It was a long drive, but that's okay. We made it. So, we're going to kind of show you what we picked up from the show, starting over here.
All the animals are in back. We already went over those.
Yeah, animals are all taken care of. Now it's time for products. Finally, we got heat panels from VE.
Yes.
These have been on back order for months and months and months because of COVID delays. So we're very excited to have those back in stock again. We also have tons of caves and stuff like that
the black
too.
caves, the black caves.
Yeah, so that's what Sunday is for us picking up products from vendors at the show for our store here.
Yep.
And one brand that we're going to start carrying now, which we've been trying to get in contact for a while, it just never worked out, but we finally were able to make it work, Tarantula Cribs. We are now going to carry this amazing invert habitat, which we use for our own inverts actually, so I mean, we wanted to carry it in our store too, but these are nice, not sponsored by the way. But we love these because the lid is like magnetically closed. So, and it looks nice, I think. This is a nice display enclosure. We use them for our stick bugs here in the store.
Yeah, you can see them right over there.
Yeah, this is the vertical version of their enclosure, and it works great for our stick bugs. And yeah, we have all sorts of sizes.
That is all of them. Like, all their sizes, like 10 of them or something like that.
Yeah,
So
we've got little ones, we've got big ones, so yeah, we're very excited for that. And finally, a very generous fan, Shelby, and her mom, Kits, gave us a super thoughtful gift. They visited our zoo here a couple months ago, and they learned that a lot of our staff likes caffeine. Not everybody, but a lot of people like coffee here. So, Shelby's mom, who works for Keurig, gifted us a Keurig at the St. Louis show. We can't believe it. That was so nice of her. There's also artwork here from Shelby. Look at that. It's a snake hatching from an egg. It's adorable. Yep. And the main reason why Ed and I have never gotten a Keurig, because we found them interesting, is because of the plastic waste. So I think what we're going to do is get one of the reusable cups, and then there is no plastic waste at all. We just get the coffee grounds and just keep reusing the cups. And now we can have a forever supply of coffee here at Snake Discovery.
do we want to talk about the coffee thing, or should we put that on hold?
Ooh, we also have a new very...
let's leave it on hold.
Okay, there's something involving coffee that we're going to announce on the channel in the upcoming months. And it's gonna pair very well with this machine.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the 2 vlog videos, one from a vendor's perspective and one from our normal shopper's perspective from the St. Louis NARBC. We had a blast. It was a big turnout. It was actually a much bigger turnout than we were even expecting because it's a newer show, and we can't wait to be back at the November St. Louis NARBC. The next one we're going to be at is actually the June Schaumburg, Illinois NARBC, and we're going to be vending that one too. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to our amazing Patreon backers because you allow us to do so much. We have some rescue videos coming out soon too, and we'll see you next time.